What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? This is strange. This is strange. I didn't even know that this was possible. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your boy Kanye, and I say your boy because he ain't my boy. I haven't known Kanye since I don't know 808s and Heartbreak, maybe even Graduation. This new guy, I don't know this guy. Okay, I don't know whoever this guy is. That's in a clan robe. I don't know him. I can't claim him. That's your boy. Anyway, okay, so if you don't already know, Kanye West has been on a bit of a comeback tour, right? Of sorts, right? He dropped a new album, Bully. Some people say it's back to his original style and the old Kanye's back. Some people say the album's kind of mid and it's whatever. And he had a op-ed in the New York Times just apologizing for some touchy comments he's made the past couple years. He made a lot of anti-Semitic remarks. He had a song called Hail Hitler or Heil Hitler. He dressed up in a Klan's outfit, which was interesting. Look, I'll never forget the day Kanye West dressed in a Klan's outfit because it happened when I was at work and my whole job, the whole floor stopped for an hour just to talk about it. Like work stopped. Like no other work got done that afternoon. Like we all just stopped and we watched this black man do an interview in a Klansman outfit. It's a moment in my life I'll just never forget. Best work day ever for sure. And then he had the slavery is a choice comments and so on and so forth. And of course, there was the whole Taylor Swift debacle, which I gotta say, in hindsight, I don't know. I think Single Ladies might have actually been the better video. I'm not gonna lie. But the day he dropped that song Cousins, that's the day where I didn't just jump off the Kanye train. I used the ejector seat. You understand me? I used the ejector seat. I was gone. I was like, Now, I already wasn't into him musically, but I was still, some part of me was like, maybe the old Kanye will come back. I heard that Cousin song and I was like, nah. He out of there. I won't go into the details of what that song's about, but there's implied incest. And that's just not, that's not something I'm trying to ride around to. But look, now he's trying to apologize for all these things. And Britain is like, nah, bruh. Nah. So if you don't know, Kanye West was supposed to headline the Epic Wireless Festival that's in the UK. It's a very classic festival. They always have big names. And it draws in a huge crowd. As part of his kind of epic comeback, he was supposed to headline this. And the UK said, this man isn't just canceled, okay? His visa is canceled. You understand what I'm saying? They're saying this man can't even stop over for a layover flight. You know what I'm saying? He can't even take a connect flight, okay? He is banned from this country. A whole man is banned from this country. And look, I'm sure it happens all the time, but I've just never seen a whole celebrity banned from a place because of their celebrity antics. That's how you know you're off the chain. That's your official sign from God that you need to sit down and relax and just be quiet for some time, right? like you need a couple of years to just sit down and be quiet. And I think there was a Jewish organization that was kind of pressuring the government saying hey, we're not comfortable with this guy being here. The Prime Minister of Britain even spoke out and said, I'm very concerned about Kanye West coming to the Wireless Festival. And then Pepsi pulled out of the Wireless Festival and they're just like, hey, we don't want to be connected with any concert or anything that has anything to do with the artist formerly known as Kanye. So now, of course, this has caused a really big discourse, especially in the UK on, should Kanye West be forgiven for all his past antics? Should he be able to just move on with his life and get another chance? Or is what he's accused of and all the things that he's done over the past years so heinous that he just should never be given another chance in the spotlight? Everything he does needs to be shut down. Everything he does, we can't spotlight, we can't let this man live. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ask, well, is this actually the fact that you're afraid of this man or uncomfortable with this man, or are you just trying to make him pay for what he said so you can make an example and say, anybody that crosses this line, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to lose money. So there's been a really big debate, right? Especially since people in the UK are saying, well, this is encroaching on freedom of speech almost, right? While other people are just like, well, no, this is consequences for your actions. You did things that were wrong, and now you're just paying the consequence. People don't want you around. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, what's right here? What's right and what's wrong here? And it's this is a gray area. This really, it gets gray. Now, my initial thoughts was, hey, yo, Kanye West apologizes all the time, turns back around and does the same thing. We've seen him do this before. Like, he's just gonna do it again, right? He's gonna try to sell this album. He's gonna get some money from these shows and festivals. He's gonna do his apology tour, and then he's gonna wake up in the morning. He's gonna go on Twitter and he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm feeling a little racist today. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like saluting Hitler today. Where my swastika at? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's just gonna do it again. And then I thought about something. I had a weird thought come over me. All of a sudden I thought, well, you do that all the time. You do the same thing to God. And I was just like, what? Huh? Me? Thy? Excuse me? And I thought, and I said, well, we sin against God all the time. And then we ask for forgiveness, but then we end up sinning again and having to ask for forgiveness from God all over again. And God just keeps forgiving us. You know what I mean? And it's like, even when you've defeated a certain sin and you've taken it out of your routine, there's always something that can be fixed that you're doing, right? And it's like, we need that forgiveness from God. We need that grace from God. And he gives that to us, even though he knows we're just going to do it again, right? And that's what I was thinking about with Kanye. I was just like, yo, there's a 95% chance that this guy is just going to be racist again in a few months. He's going to do something crazy again in a few months. Right? Like, there's nothing inside me that makes me think that this guy is being legitimate when he apologizes. I'd like to believe it, but I just don't. Right? But God deals with us like that all the time, and he gives us the benefit of the doubt. Even though he knows we're going to mess up again. He knows we're going to sin again. He's just like, I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? And so I started to feel really convicted because I was like, I'm not giving him that benefit of the doubt. And the ill part is like the Bible takes it even further. God's like, because I gave you that benefit of the doubt, I need you to give other people that benefit of the doubt. And the Bible says, yo, if somebody wrongs you 77 times, you need to forgive them 77 times. You know what I'm saying? And the Bible's just like, your grace needs to be abundant because mine is abundant. And so then I started to think, well, okay, we're all little Kanyes as far as God is concerned, right? God thinks we're all crazy just to sin against him because he's like, why if I'm perfect and I'm telling you the perfect way to live, why would you do anything other than perfect? To God, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? To God, listening to the devil is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he loves us and he forgives us anyway. Even though, a lot of times we keep doing it. We keep messing up. And or we just find a new sin, even though we've defeated that past sin. And so it's like, I feel hypocritical to then say, Kanye West can't be forgiven. He gotta be canceled. Look, there are consequences to the things you do. And he did a lot of crazy stuff, and he put it on himself. And I'm sure he was going through, it's clear he was going through lots of psychological issues, right? That's clear. But he still did what he did. You know what I mean? Like, you still did it though. And it was like thought out, planned. Part of me just wants to say, this guy's just not a good person at heart. As bad as it is, it's hard for me to be a Christian and not say everybody deserves forgiveness. And it's past more than him being banned in the UK, right? Like, I get it to a certain degree, But I think when we're going around and stopping people's money and stopping their ability to get money and feed their families, that's when I get a little uncomfortable. Even though he's rich. I mean, he's a rich dude. He can feed his family. But I don't know. I start to get uncomfortable with that. Like, how far is too far? Like, can somebody never be redeemed? Because, you know, his public persona, when people bring up Kanye West, everybody kind of just sighs, they roll their eyes, and they're like, oh, not this guy. And to me, that's a sign of unforgiveness, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And as a human, I want to say, yo, this guy's crazy. Like, he shouldn't have any kind of spotlight. You know, and I believe that. Like, I believe the worst thing for him is the spotlight, to be honest with you, because I feel like that's what he craves more than anything. You know what I'm saying? There's a Kanye West line where he's like, everybody got something to say, but at least they saying something. You know what I mean? This guy lives and dies by the attention that he gets. I think he craves the attention. So there is a part of me that just feels like he's doing this because he's like, okay, I've burned every bridge. If I keep going this direction, eventually I'm not going to make any money and nobody's going to be paying attention to me at all. But that being said, I don't know that for sure because, quite frankly, I don't know Kanye West. I don't know what's in his heart. Only God does. Only God knows the contents of this man's heart. But no matter what's in there, I don't know that I'm comfortable saying this guy shouldn't be able to make money. This guy shouldn't be able to tour. You know what I'm saying? I do understand a country being like, he's not from this country and we don't need all that extra stuff over here. Now, I do get that. Like, it's hard to argue that, like, hey, we don't want people who dress up as Nazis over here. What's up? And I understand, like, stopping people who are spreading dangerous messages because that dangerous message can spread and people can get hurt. That I get. But if somebody says, I apologize, I'm trying to do things over and I'm trying to restart my life, I feel uncomfortable saying, no, you can't restart your life. You can't make no money here. You can't restart here. You're not forgiven. I just don't want it to be a thing where everywhere he goes, he tries to make money and there's just some organization, a new organization saying, hey, let's stop what he's doing so he can't get paid, right? Because it just feels, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know that humans got the right to just cancel a whole person like that. Like, I don't know that we have the right to do that. I feel like only God can do that. You know what I'm saying? Only God can cancel people. And, you know, I don't know. God's got a lot of grace for people. And I think we're supposed to be the same. I don't think people should be angry. If we see this man pop up on a headline, should we be sighing and be like, oh, I hate this guy? I don't know. I don't think that's right. That to me isn't godly. That's like, there's nothing godly about being resentful, right? There's nothing godly about being unforgiving. Even with a black man wearing a Klan suit, a Klan suit, I'll never forget that day. So yeah, I don't know. This can't be taken too far. We can't destroy people's lives because we're angry at them. We don't got that right. People got to be forgiving. We got to give people a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a fifth chance, a sixth chance, 77 chances. You know, people deserve chances. That's all I'm saying. Yes, there are repercussions to your actions. Like, yes, he did bring this on himself. No doubt. And your actions have consequences, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And it's not that I'm like, oh no, he banned from Europe. This is wrong, censorship. That's not my issue. My issue is just like at a certain point, people got to be able to rebuild their life and have the chance to start over. Because we want that from God. Well, that's all I got to say. I'm going to get out of here, man. All right, I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully, you know, Kanye West doesn't do anything crazy in between then. Like, I don't know. Make a freestyle on why he thinks Rosa Parks actually should have went to the back of the bus or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, peace.